How? Oh, so is there like levels in Crash Team Rumble, or like what is the point? Do you
Yeah,
like get
you have to collect. It's
experience?
like a. Did you ever play Pokemon?
No, I didn't play any.
Super Media Runners!
Welcome to Super Media Runners. We run the media to you. I'm Jarek,
I'm John.
and we are going to be talking about our favorite Crash Bandicoot characters. John has been playing Crash Team Rumble for a couple of weeks,
Yeah,
months.
since it came out, yeah.
So what's the verdict on that? What do you think?
Pretty good, pretty fun. Kills time. I mean, it's nothing. It's not Elden Ring, but it's a nice little game to pick up if you're bored or if you're trying to kill some time. Has various characters. I mean, it's new, so there's not that much content, but yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, but me and John have been fans of Crash Bandicoot for a while. I think since the PS1 era, so definitely big fans. Probably I haven't beat any of the original Crash games, but when they came out with the remakes, I did play them all. I did complete them. I didn't do any
You
of the
beat 'em
time
all?
trials, or yeah, I beat them all.
Nice.
I beat the game. I didn't get 100%.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a difference.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's absolutely something I would never do. So, but overall, I think Crash as a character, I think me and my brothers we always thought they were like, it was always fun games to play, especially Crash Bash
Crash
memories.
Bash. Yep.
Huge fans.
Damn, I gotta do it again.
Hopefully with they do a remake of Crash Bash. That'd be fun.
That'd be sick.
So yeah, these are going to be our, Crash Bandicoot characters, our top 5 best worst. Well, we're like our bottom, and then yeah, whatever. So my number 5 is Embryo, mad scientist, throws potions around. Overall, I always liked his Frankenstein looking design, and I think he deserves more love than Cortex. I always thought
Really?
Brio was the superior scientist to Cortex. Cortex is very theatrical,
Yeah,
very
like brash.
gravitas.
Yeah.
I feel like Embryo's
It's like an actual scientist.
yeah, he's like he actually like he's fucking crazy,
Yeah,
and he's
an actual mad scientist.
yeah. And I think he's always been reduced as to a crony, but I think now I think is he's coming on Rumble soon, is it?
He's already there.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
He
Cool.
drinks his special is he drinks a potion and he turns into like Hulk.
Like in his boss battle.
Yeah, like his boss battle.
That's cool. Okay, so
my number 5 is Papu Papu from Crash Bandicoot 1. Just a very nostalgic. He's the first boss you face, I believe. I just remember playing the first Crash Bandicoot and then getting to him, and I'm like, oh shit, this guy's huge. He's just like this. What is he? He's like an Indian.
I don't think
Samoan indigenous person. He has a giant staff. And then what he would do is he would spin it around. You have to jump over his staff, and then I think you like step on his belly or something, or you do something.
No, you step on his head.
Yeah, something like that. And then he has like a throne too.
How old were you when you figured this out?
I have no idea, bro. No idea. Whenever the game came out. But yeah, I just remember facing him and just being like, "Whoa, I beat him!" And he's just cool.
My number 4 is Entrance. He's a giant egg on like a mech suit, and he hypnotized the bandicoots. And I played the GBA game, the Crash Bandicoot Entranced, which was it was pretty fun overall for a Crash game on the GBA.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really I always liked his design. He was also a character I think in Nitro Kart.
Yeah.
And obviously he's a character in the new Crash Team remake, or racing it. And it would be interesting to see him in Crash Team Rumble because he's just this giant egg mech suit wearing thing.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I like him. I like his power set. He's basically he's able to hypnotize people to do his work, dirty work, and I think overall he's a fun character to use, to play, to see. And I would like to play as him in Crash Team Rumble.
My 4 is shit. Who's my 4? What's your list? I don't have a list. I had it in my head. Papu Papu.
Nitrous Oxide.
Nitrous Oxide. Another nostalgia-based character on my list. He was the big bad in Crash Team Racing. That game again, awesome game. I just remember playing it. He had a UFO. Dude. His boss battle was so hard because he would lap you, dude. Because he would ride in his. Everyone has a cart, but he had like a UFO. He would just zoom past it. I remember that. But yeah, he's like an alien, cool looking. I think that was the first time they ever had an alien character. Usually they're all animals and stuff.
What's his race? What are they called? Gasmoxians?
Yeah. Gasmoxians or something like that. But yeah, who's your number?
My number 3 is Ripperoo. I always thought he was a dog. He's a kangaroo.
Yeah, that's why his name's Ripperoo.
No, because he
With a
just looks like
straitjacket.
he just looks like a dog. I thought he was a dog with a giant tail.
He's a cool character.
I like the fact that he doesn't like, especially in CTR, he didn't talk, and all he did was laugh, and it was just like a translation of the subtitles.
Yeah, that was a good.
It was like a prospector's laugh that I think they got from like a voice actor who also did like the voice of like a character.
Oh, and they just speed it up.
Yeah, Lady and the Tramp, and it's just he was really and I thought that was for me that was always his voice. Yeah. So when they changed it,
they messed it up.
I just thought they could have just used the soundbite of that laugh.
He's in Crash Team Rumble. He doesn't sound like he should.
So what is he like? Is it like higher or lower now?
Like lower. It's like normal. It's like a normal voice now. But whatever.
Did they make him talk?
Yeah.
See,
sorry.
Sometimes you don't have to ruin things. Just keep it the way it is, and I'd be happy. So
my number 3 is Tiny. Basically just a bigger version of Crash.
He's a tiger.
He's a tiger?
Yes.
Tiny tiger.
Tiny the tiger.
Who am I thinking of then?
Who the fuck are you? Crunch? Bandicoot?
No.
Metal
Tiny's a tiger?
Tiny the tiger.
Why does he just look like Crash Bandicoot? He looks like a buff Crash Bandicoot.
Well, I guess in the original games, the design kind of makes it look like a Bandicoot.
Right, Tiny tiger then. Just badass. It's funny that his name's Tiny and he's huge. I just remember him from Crash Bash. Just in all the mini games and stuff. Him in a little tank. That one pinball game where you have to. It's like a soccer pinball.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think he's badass. He looks cool.
He's got them giant spiky shoulder
pads. He's got teeth. He's just like a werewolf.
We're basing a lot of this off like their original PS1 designs.
Yeah. No offense to any of the new characters, but they're lame as hell.
It's funny because at some point, the Tiny the Tiger looked like an actual Bengal tiger.
Wasn't there a koala?
Koala Kong.
Koala Kong.
Yeah, our other brother's favorite. One of his favorite characters.
Tiny.
But it's funny because there was when Naughty Dog stopped making the Crash games, they got the guy, the Crash of the Titans. That was like without
Crash of the Titans. Holy
so shit. They did a lot of different interpretations of characters. One of the biggest things I know people hated was when Crash got tribal tattoos on his arms.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then they made Tiny an actual Bengal tiger, like a humanoid Bengal tiger, and they made him talk like Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah,
it's so
dude,
weirdest interpretations. Weird, but I guess it was different, but it was fun. But it was more like random, like LOL humor. God, I'm glad that decade's done.
That's funny.
But yeah, it is interesting that Tiny got so many changes, but honestly, they don't need to because he already has a very interesting character design. He's just this huge buff tiger, like so cartoony too. Yeah. Always keeping him cartoony. So that was your number 3, right?
Yeah, it's your number 2.
My number 2 is Engine.
Another scientist.
But I think he has
Crash Team Racing, right?
Yeah, he's so funny. Like overall, like throughout all the Crash games, he's one of the funniest characters. I always liked his voice from the different voice actors, and his design overall incredible. Like just a rocket stuck into his fucking head.
That's funny.
I always thought like, wow, that's so interesting. That's more interesting. They put so much character in like like out of all the boss characters, that's the one where you're like, man, who the hell is this guy? Like you want to know more about that. And his boss battles have always been memorable, and I just think he is one of the coolest looking like evil scientists from Crash. Like, and Cortex is not on my list at all, by the way.
Did I just realize Crash isn't on any of our lists?
I don't care about Crash. Like, Crash is the main character. These are the characters that we want to talk about.
My number 2 is Ripperoo. We already talked about him. Again, kangaroo, crazy kangaroo. He's in a straitjacket. I remember his boss battle in Crash Bandicoot 1. You had to jump around the different platforms, and then he would put the TNT boxes, so you have to avoid them at the same time while avoiding him because he'll just jump on you and damage you. Mm-hmm. I just think it's a cool concept. He's a really cool concept for a character. A crazy kangaroo, a blue crazy kangaroo. Who's your number 1?
My number 1, Pinstripe, Potteroo. I like that he is this mob boss with an
He's
attitude.
like a gangster rat. Right?
Tommy gun, yep, gangster. I think
Tommy
is a
gun.
gangster weasel. I think he's a weasel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And he literally owns a toxic chemical plant, and he's just he's just fucking
Just
mob.
chilling.
He's a mob boss. Yeah, he's chilling like a villain. I always thought he was the most underutilized Crash characters out of all of them.
He has like the suit, right, and like the hat.
Yes.
And then he has like.
No, he doesn't have a. Well,
He doesn't have a hat?
He doesn't have a hat.
I thought he had like a black.
No, that's his toupee, dude. That's like his style. It's
the
like
fuck?
he's literally he had like an Elvis looking fucking
I gotta
hair,
look it up.
suave motherfucker. He was a godfather. He's fucking badass.
That's funny.
And they underuse him so much, and I
Yeah.
hope he's in the Crash Team Rumble soon. He's a very
That'd be
interesting
sick.
character. What's your number one?
My number one is Dingodile, the one and only, half crocodile, half dingo. He looks badass. He is badass. He's my main in Crash Team Rumble. What's his thing? He has like a vacuum too, right? He has like a flamethrower.
well, it was supposed to be a flamethrower, which is
Yeah.
that's his first boss battle.
Oh yeah.
Flamethrower.
But yeah, he's cool. He's like a Australian.
Well, all of them are Australian-based animals.
You're right. You're fucking right.
Like
But
a
he's
ba-
cool. He's my boy.
So, do you prefer him when he looked like a fucking homeless, like wombat-looking motherfucker?
No,
Or
I like
do you like it when he's like thick?
Yeah,
has
I like when
big-ass
he's
jeans.
I like when he's thick. Sometimes he wears a cowboy hat. He has an Australian accent. He's just like a ruthless, and he's smart too. That's the other thing, because all these villains are usually stupid a little bit, but he's like sneaky. Like he has a crocodile. His design is cool too. Crocodile tail, thick boy, dingo face.
I like his PS1 version where he's wearing like these like basically like old like homeless pants.
Yeah, yeah.
Now he's wearing jeans.
Yeah,
I think
like
they're making
overalls.
They're making him look cleaner. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
wearing overalls, right? So yeah, I mean, do what you want with Crash, but if you mess around with some of these characters, I think it kind of annoys me because it's like, man, they're
already good, bro.
They already
Stop
look good the way they
redesigning.
are.
Honestly, I like I like the look of Crash when they redesigned him with the tribal
tattoos.
He was just like cooler. But yeah, I prefer old Crash, obviously.
Yeah.
New Crash was fine.